It's so intense and it's so personal. How do you talk about something that was 40 years ago? Music is such an important part of my life, my creative life, personal life. I was aware of the music, and very often I'd go to a concert if I could. I only saw, I think, Dylan in concert once or twice, maybe. That's it, in all these years. My concentration was on cinema. Cinema music, cinema literature, cinema. The film that stuck in my mind, though, was something about this film made in '59, I think, Jazz on a Summer's Day. Rock and roll there was doo-wop, there were other things, but somehow it was all popular music. It was captured in a way that I don't think has ever been equaled. The key was staying on the performer, because all the beauty and the magic and that element of the music that transcends, the situation comes from the performer. I was drawn into that music world, so to speak, with The Last Waltz. It's as if it seems to me that after a certain performance, certain songs, especially as the concert moves on and they warm up, it's like being around in a prize fight, and they all got through it. Okay, take a break, round 5, and they go back in, and then they soar, they take off. And let's capture that. Let's capture the essence of of that beauty of their art. It's like a wild spiritual experience, when it's really cooking, So in a sense, the footage that we were able to utilize in Rolling Thunder is shot by some incredible director-cameramen, Dave Meyers, Howard Hawk, and a few others. Here, the Rolling Thunder Revue, which I didn't know much about, but I sensed that there was a negative response to this tour. But I didn't quite understand it. People always complaining about something Dylan did. Always. Like, anything. The footage that I saw that was captured on the stage was remarkable, I thought. But what's the story? What are we telling? What is it about? David brought over the assembly of this film, and I remember watching it, and it was in the afternoon, and then sunset came down by the end as the film was ending. It was very beautiful. But I looked at him and said, I don't know, it's conventional. Now, I'm not saying take something that's quote conventional unquote and distort it just for the sake of distorting it. So what's it really about? What do I care where they went? I mean, you could have that, yeah. You could imply it. What keeps it together in that sense? This creative energy. He always talked about the commedia dell'arte, the traveling players. When all else fails, that's what happens. The person gets up, tells a story, and sings. There's a mythology that grows up about it, so let's embrace the mythology. This is not a legend. This is a kind of myth, kind of supposed to explore something that is timeless about us as human beings. There's one shot of a young woman crying after the concert. To have something that touching, that moves you so much, that was real at that time. It's nothing to ignore. That if something could move us, make us think, make us feel before you think even, that's something that has to be preserved and has to be captured and be reminded. Audiences today have to be reminded of that's possible. When they say, well, directors create magic. Not really. I mean, it's more than that. I don't see it as magic as directing films. I see that as the nature of film. There's an element to the tour that has a sense of fun to it. It's doing something to the audience, opening their minds so that they don't expect the normal thing, the conventional. You don't make it predictable.